right, shalom, shalom to Brother Kadash.
Shalom to Brother Kunah.
I'm going to start off by giving our praises to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash.
It's a blessing, another week to be out here. And we just made things simple on us, you know. We just going through the law, you know, because what we've been seeing is when you go through the law, that brings other precepts from other books in anyway. So you really end up touching different topics. And then the way that we just going book by book, now we just relying off the spirit. We ain't really planning nothing like when the last time did we plan and put some precepts together? We ain't planning nothing. We ain't putting no precepts together. None of that. We just, hey, the next chapter. So really, now we just relying off the spirit. Whatever precept the spirit come out, whatever the next chapter is talking about, we just going off the spirit, which is a great thing, I think. You know, so shit, we gonna hop straight into it.
Deuteronomy 22 at the top. This a good chapter too. Thou shalt not see thy brother's ox or his sheep go astray, and hide thyself from them. Thou shalt in any case bring them again unto thy brother. And if thy brother be not nigh unto thee, or if thou know him not, then thou shalt bring it unto thy own house, and it shall be with thee until thy brother seek after it, and thou shalt restore it to him again. So it's just pretty much saying that if any of your brother's belongings, and when I say brother, it don't necessarily mean a person that came out of the same womb. It's talking about an Israelite, right? Whether whoever he may be, whether you know him or not. If you see any of his belongings or something he might have misplaced, something he might have lost, and you know, and you got knowledge of him losing it, and you stumble across it, then you're supposed to keep that, retain that for him, and next time you see him, give it to him. That's law. Yep. That's what has to be done.
That's deep, because a lot of dudes don't know that.
Yeah, come.
And, you know, that's what make us better as a people. You know, you got to look out for your brother. And then that goes with kids too. See, that's why it says in Zechariah 8 that our kids should, which I'm gonna get that, our kids should be in the streets, dancing in the streets, because it's a community thing. We gonna be looking out. Like if I see his son out doing somewhere some danger or something, I'm supposed to look out for his son. Like that's my son. You see what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with property, because his kids is his property. You see what I'm saying? So you supposed to look out for that. Like, you know, like if it's yours, because that's your brother, man. Let me get that in Zechariah 8. So that is the spirit, like we said. Let me pull up Zechariah 8. It's so bright out here I can barely see the phone. That's where that Bible come in play, huh? That sword. You still got to be strong with that sword, huh? I got it. Here, I'm starting verse 4. It says, "Thus say the Lord of hosts, there shall yet old man and old woman dwell in the streets of Jerusalem, and every man with his staff in his hand for very age. Because that mortal must put on immortality." So in the kingdom, we're going to have old man, old woman that's going to get super old, that's going to be able to dwell in the streets. Because the streets is known as, like, especially here in Mystery Babylon, like a bad place. Don't play in the streets. But it's saying that our kingdom going to be so safe for us and such a paradise for us that we going to be able to be in the streets. And the streets going to be made of gold. Like Revelation 21 says. It says, "Thus say the Lord of hosts, behold, I will save my people from the east country and from the west country, and I will bring them, and they shall dwell in the midst of Jerusalem." It says, "And there shall be my people, and I will be their God in truth and righteousness. Thus say the Lord of hosts, let your hands be strong." Here, let me find where I think I probably passed it. No. Here, let's just keep reading, right? "Thus say, let your hands be strong, ye that hear in these days these words by the mouth of the prophets, which were in the day that the foundation of the house of the Lord of hosts was laid, that the temple might be built. For before these days there was no hire man, nor any hire beast, neither was there any peace for him that went out and came because of the affliction. For I set all men, everyone against his neighbor." Right? Let me see. I'm probably gonna have to look that up. I might got the wrong precept. Yeah, do I? Damn, I thought it was in there. Here, let me find that one.
Should have got the phone today.
Damn, did I read it? Okay, let us. Sometimes you got to do that, you know, and that's cool and that's nothing because we all human. It's verse 5, but I thought I read it.
No, you started at verse 8.
I started at verse 8?
Yeah, you started straight Zechariah. No, you said Zechariah chapter 8, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yep, so here, let me, yeah, it's verse 5. I just looked right over it. I probably already read it. It says, "In the streets of the city shall be full of boys and girls playing in the streets thereof." I don't know, just a little brain fart. I think I read it, but didn't even realize I read it. That's fine, but the point is, it says the streets should be full of girls and boys playing in the streets, so that's how safe it's going to be. But like, going back to what the brother said, I brought that precept to say, look, we supposed to look after each other's stuff like a community. And any property of the brothers, if I know that's the house of going on, then if I see something going on or need to intervene, then I have to on his behalf as being his brother. And then if all Israel worked that way, then imagine how righteousness and how peaceful things could be.
Verse 3. "In like manner shalt thou do with his ass, and shalt thou do with his remnant, and with all lost things of thy brothers which he hath lost, and thou hast found, shalt thou do likewise. Thou mayest not hide thyself."
Yeah, so it's not loser, weepers, finders, keepers, man. Just because he lose something and you find it, that don't mean that it's yours now. Like if bro got a ring and it falls off his hand and I find it, I'm like, well, he lost it, I found it, I get to keep it now. No, I got to give it back to him if I know that's his. You know, so following Esau is just completely wicked. You know, they done taught our people some completely wicked things.
Verse 4. "Thou shalt not see thy brother's ass or his ox fall down by the way, and hide thyself from them. Thou shalt surely help him to lift them up again. Yep. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God."
So, like back in the day, this was broke down as women can't wear jeans. The truth about it is we wear garments. But our woman got garments too, which different from ours. You seen the Hebrew Israelite woman with they pretty garments on with the fringes at the bottom. A dude, you're not supposed to be wearing those garments. And then she not supposed to be manly wearing the manly garments like us. That's what it really means. Can you get 1 Corinthians 11? Because now we finna go in on the order, right? And the reason because that, damn, I just seen the law sit right there. They pulled off, didn't they?
Yeah, they just I think they pulled behind one of those cars.
So the point is there's order and there is differences. There's not equality, we're the same. No, our women are special in their way, and our men are special in their way. Within that, you have an order, which man is the head of woman, because the whole creation of the woman was for the man. So how now you want to be equal with us or above us when you was created for us? Not created, you wasn't created like for us to live or nothing like that. You was created to help us.
Yeah.
To be for us. You was created for our joy. So the woman is the joy of the man, just like man is the joy of the Lord, man. So there's roles, there is gender roles. Everybody asks questions, why this, why that? Because that's why the Lord created. Everything goes back to the beginning, man. The origins of everything. And that's pretty much what we about to get into. So yeah, she not supposed to wear the garments of a man, and the man not supposed to wear the garments of a woman. But you want to know the even deeper behind that? The woman not supposed to be in the place of a man. That's the spiritual behind that. And the man's not supposed to be in the place or the role as a female. You're not supposed to be a house husband. You're not supposed to play that role. You're supposed to play a certain type of role. So that scripture is really twofold. It's literally talking about garments, and then it's talking about positions. The woman not supposed to be in the position of the man. Because what do they say within a household? They say, who wears the pants? The man's supposed to wear the pants of the house. It's talking about clothing, but we know that it's not really talking literally about clothing. It's talking about a position. So that's the same thing that it's saying in Deuteronomy 22. Clothing literally too, but also the position of a man. A woman not supposed to be in his garments. She not supposed to be in his pants or in his position.
So physically and spiritually, both. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Physically, we're not supposed to trade places, and spiritually, we're not supposed to trade places. And to speak on it too, right? I had seen this post with this dude. I guess he was celebrating his daughter's first birthday, or the birth of his first daughter, and he was matching his daughter. His daughter had on a tutu, a pink tutu dress, and he put on a pink tutu dress to take pictures with his daughter, and he was going off. And the first thing I thought about was the scripture when I seen that. Like, I'm like, man, these people just, and that's how you know that we do majority of the decisions that an average person makes in life is based off how they feel. So he felt like it'd be a beautiful thing for him to match his baby girl and taking pictures. I don't know why, but that wasn't according to the law. He was going off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like, it's not that serious. Like, yes, that's your daughter. You know you love her, but you ain't gotta do that.
I ain't never did it.
I will never do it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not finna.
I mean, shit, go even.
I go get a pink. I get a pink shirt to match her or
Right.
something like that. But I'm not gonna literally order myself a pink tutu skirt to match my daughter. No.
And go even deeper than that, though. Tyler Perry, he's going off.
Oh yeah, on my facts.
Martin, Big Mama's house, he went off.
Kevin Hart,
He
went off. And that's why and that's why I respect Dave Chappelle as far as that goes, because he was offered the same type of role and he refused it. And that's part of the reason why his show got taken off. I think it was on MTV or VH1, whichever his show was.
Oh no, it was on something else, and then he went to
Yeah, like when he was like actively still airing like shows and shit.
Yeah, right.
Because of that, he refused a contract that required him to dress up like a woman in one of his episodes. He refused to do it, and then that's when the downfall of the Dave Chappelle show kind of started. You know what I mean? And yeah. But you see, Martin Lawrence, Kevin Hart, all of these, so you know that they've been compromised, and that's why they still at the peak of their career that they in right now, because when shit like that was presented to them, they took that road.
I don't know if Eddie Murphy did it. I'm not sure because the movies get so old.
Martin Lawrence and Big Mama's House.
Yeah.
Who else you just say? Yeah, Eddie Murphy. He did it because he off the Nutty Professor.
Yeah, I think
he was
yeah.
all of the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He always play all the characters. Yep. Eddie Murphy.
And in Norbit, he was Respucia in Norbit.
Yep, facts. Kevin Hart did it. Yep, a lot of them did it. And then Tyler Perry, like the biggest one with the So, man, they went off, and that's why it's so important, because now little boys, well, just like with them, somebody did it first, and then Martin did it because he seen somebody else do it. So now you starting a trend of this shit, and now you have the ABC Pride Month shit.
Oh yeah,
That's where it comes.
and then what's so crazy is too that I don't know if y'all noticed, but they just put a rainbow flag up along with the other flags in the White House.
Yeah, it's crazy. See, man, when we was younger, we'd go try to put our mom heels on. Hey, man, get out my goddamn heels. You ain't supposed to be wearing them.
What, get slapped up?
Hell yeah.
What is you doing?
You finna be walking around with heels on and your sister jeans and shit. Like, come on, man. You see what I'm saying? But that's where the lines really get blurred, man. The lines start to get blurred, We ain't saying that you can't wear like pink and yellow and shit like that, but you're not supposed to be a man putting a whole dress on. You see what I'm saying? We wear garments. Everybody want to talk shit about us wearing garments. They hypocritical, but then will they see a picture of Lil Durk in the garment with his homeboys because they Islam and they finna pray and they in garments, and that ain't nobody got nothing to say. Like, come on, man. Stop the bullshit, man. I can't wear those garments, man. I just can't wear the garment. I can't put the garments on. I need to put the t-shirts on. And then they see a picture of Lil Durk wearing a garment. Now they ain't got no problem with it. You see what I'm saying? So just stop the cap and the bullshit, man.
This is 1 Corinthians, I'm going to start at verse 3. 1 Corinthians 11, verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God.
Facts.
And then I'm going to jump down to verse 9 and say, neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man.
Didn't we just get done saying that with all the way back in Adam and Eve time?
Yeah.
The woman, you were created for the man. We weren't created for each other. We weren't created for each other, and the man wasn't created for the woman. You were designed, created for the man. Who came first, the man or the woman? The man came first. The woman was created for the man. If you believe in the Bible and you said that you read it, it's just that simple. So I was talking to somebody about this, trying to get them the correct understanding about this, and that person just, man, always want to be a boss chick, can't never get in no order. I'm like, man, if the guy wants to have multiple wives, he can go get another wife. You ain't got no say. They're like, I ain't got no say in it. I ain't got no opinion. I'm like, no, you ain't got no. Why would you have an opinion? Why would you have a say? That's not your place. But that's the problem. Some women wanna always get out of their place. Yeah, overstep their boundaries and think they can control the man and tell the man what to do when you were created for me. How can you tell me what to do? The Lord has ended, and on another hand, it's not your position to judge me or to punish me. That's the Lord. If I'm going off, the Lord is supposed to punish me, not you. That's not your position. It's not your position to bring stuff up and throw stuff in my face and try to guilt trip me. If I'm doing something wrong, the Lord is going to punish me, not you. That's not your position. It's my position to punish you and keep you in order, not the other way around. So if your woman's still trying to throw shit in your face, have some type of order over you, make you feel guilty, punish you for things, she's overstepping her boundaries. As if she's equal to you or above you, she's not. Yeah. So no, don't, anything I do, don't bring up to my face, none of that. That's not your place. If I'm doing something wrong, the Lord gonna get me. It's just that simple, not you.
And like when you think about, like touching back on the multiple wife thing, when you think about the average woman, right? Like let's say my mom, your mom, for example, whoever mom, right, has multiple kids. And in most instances they have multiple kids' fathers. It's not all by the same father. So when you look at it from a biblical standpoint, we always have multiple wives. Yeah. Whether we looked at it like that or not, that's what that is. You know what I'm saying? You got multiple kids by multiple different women, then these are all your wives, exactly, from a biblical standpoint.
So really y'all just fighting against the grain for something that's not going to be possible. One man is not going to be with one woman. It's never been that way.
It's never been that way.
If you look at the community as a whole, men have always dealt with different women. Like, it's very rare to find a man that lives his whole full life that hasn't had different women.
And if he got that main one, 9 times out of 10 chance, if he got that main one, he's seeing someone else on the side. 9 times out of 10 chance. And if he's not seeing someone else, he will be in the future.
Yep, and then marriages, they have divorces based off this false philosophy. When if they really just lived in the truth, everything would be good. Yeah, that's right. I got more wives. That's it. Now we ain't got nothing to worry about because we both understand it. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of times the wives want to be equal to the man. That's why when a divorce happens, they get half. That's called equality. They get half, equal. That's why they get control. They want to be equal to a man. So it's hard to find a virtuous wife. You know, there's a lot of women around, but there's not a lot of virtuous women around, you know? Because, look, I'll give you an example. When Abraham was about to sacrifice Isaac, did Sarah have a say in that? Did she have any say in that? No. You see what I'm saying? He finna sacrifice his son. And the Lord had to send the angel down to stop him. Did Sarah have any say in that? No. When Jacob took Rachel, when he took Leah to be his wife, and then came back to get her sister Rachel, did they have any say in that? The father had, their father had a say in it. That's why he had to work the 7 years for it. But the woman didn't have no say. He said, I want Leah, and I'm still going to get Rachel because I wanted Rachel from the beginning. And then he got their hand service, and he had multiple wives. The nation, the 12 tribes of Israel was built off a man, Israel, having multiple wives. Stop the bullshit.
Back.
Let's keep going.
Deuteronomy 22, verse 6. Select. If a
alright, what verse?
I don't know if it's like father.
What verse?
6.
Verse 6, okay. Yeah. It says, if a bird's nest chance, look, cuz then pass me the sword, you know? It says if a bird, sometimes you gotta pass the ox the sword, man. When you in battle. Pick up, man, I'm down. Pass me the sword. Hey, it's Shalom, brother. Turn his head. Hey, they look, but then you say something, then they turn their head. So like, are we men? If a bird's nest chance to be before die in the way of any tree or on the ground, whether they be young ones or eggs, and the dam sitting upon the young, or upon the eggs, thou shalt not take the dam with the young. So it's just giving you order, man. That's why it's so great the Bible is, man. It's giving you that order and stuff.
Verse 7.
Where y'all seen that the sword get passed?
Yeah.
Pass the sword back. Hey, man, we in battle, man. We really do this shit.
Verse 7. But thou shalt in any wise let the dam go and take the young to thee, that it may be well with thee.
Look at Table of Life Ministries.
Yeah, they rolled past last week.
They roll past every day because it's Sunday, and they finna go in there and bring out one precept, probably from the book of Galatians or Corinthians or some shit like that. I'm not some
or
shit,
misrepresent the book of Romans.
Or Romans, and they gonna harp on that one precept, and then after that, everybody gonna eat pork, crab after, you know, bread.
You see that video on YouTube where it was a church and they was having a pork eating contest. They had pizza. I forget where it was at, but they had pizza and it was like pepperoni and sausage and stuff on it. And they was in the church, literally in the church, and they was and they had members of the church come up, and it was to see who can eat the most at the who can eat more pieces at a time.
Had a pork eating contest. That's crazy. And you think we gonna have any sympathy for these people when the Lord bring that judgment down? We ain't finna have no sympathy, man. They gonna have to go. Because they have been warned, the Bible warned them if they just read it. They done been told it's accounts of man rather wanting to die rather than eat swine's flesh. That stood strong and was put to death. And all they had to do was eat the swine's flesh. But they was put to death. And then y'all think it's okay for y'all to just freely have a pork eating contest today, man. So
and what that shows you is the fear that they had in the Lord.
Yep.
So I mean, they like, and that's what you got. You gotta fear the Lord more than you do man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And they feared the Lord more than they did man. And so they knew what was to come for their obedience.
Right. They think it's okay for them to eat pork, but how was I to eat pork? So if y'all whole Christian faith is based off being Christ-like or followers of Christ, he didn't eat no pork. There's no accounts of him eating swine. So why the fuck y'all doing? It's just simple stuff like that, man. Let's keep going.
That it may be well with thee, and that thou mayest prolong thy days. When thou buildest a new house, then thou shalt make a battlement for thy roof, that thou bring not blood upon thy house, if any man fall from thence.
So man, there's even laws on how to build your house just in case any man falls, man. So falls off of it, man. The Lord, he got everything covered.
Exactly. He ain't missed nothing. Nothing. Verse 9. Thou shalt not sow thy vineyard with diverse seeds, lest the fruit of thy seed which thou hast sown and the fruit of thy vineyard be defiled. Thou shalt not plow with an ox or an ass together. Thou shalt not wear a garment of diverse sorts, as of woolen and linen together. Thou shalt not make thee fringes upon the four quarters of thy vesture, wherewith thou coverest thyself. See, and I feel like that's something that we that we need to pay more attention to, is the linen that we wear. You know what I'm saying? Because just like it just said, it said, thou shalt not wear a garment of diverse sorts, as of woolen and linen. You know what I mean? So we got to pay attention to that. You know, when you start going to clothes shopping, you got to read the labels on the back of it, see what type of fabric it is. If you're trying to put an outfit together, you know.
A battlement is a low wall. So if a person falls, it's like a low wall that's there to catch him. Here, let me see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I'm getting. I looked it up. It's just a low wall. It's something that was used for castles, so you can save that person's life. If they fall, they don't die. You know what I mean? So the law actually covers almost damn near everything, and a lot of people don't even know that that's in the law. That's in the book of the law. There's a law on that, on how to build your house or your castle. So in the kingdom, we're gonna have our stuff built that way. And then, like the brother said, with the diverse fabrics.
Verse 12. Thou shalt make thee fringes upon the four quarters of thy vesture, wherewith thou coverest thyself.
Isn't that in Numbers 15 and 38 too?
What?
The fringes.
Yeah.
Let me look it up. I believe that's Numbers 15 and 38.
Yeah.
So the law says you have to make fringes. So when you see us with the garments on, we're getting it from the Bible. You see garments, you see the ribbon of blue, and you see the fringes. So people ask, why are you wearing what you're wearing? Because the Israelites were given a law to make garments with fringes on it. You don't see your pope, your preacher, your pastor wearing it. He's not following the law, man. Let me find that precept. I think it's Numbers.
Man, I saw where they at.
15:38. This is Numbers 15:38, which is, it says, speaking to the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes on the borders of their garments throughout the generation, and that they put upon the fringe of a border of a ribbon of blue.
Huh.
Yeah, so that's the point. That's why we
and the purpose of that is that we could be reminded of the law, and you have different camps trying to pass judgment of other camps who decide outside of camp or outside of you seeing them doing a ministry wearing Friends t-shirts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But really, I don't feel like nothing wrong with it.
It's really a whole mess. I didn't read the rest of the finish it, but yeah, it's really so you can look down and remember the law, statutes, and commandments.
Which is a beautiful thing, because we face temptation every day.
Yep.
We face temptation every day. So, I mean, I could see the purpose of a brother wearing a Friends t-shirt every day.
Yeah, it's just different arguments, because sometimes I be wanting to wear my garment around. Because I don't give a fuck about how these people think of me. I want to wear my garment. You see what I'm saying? I like my garment, and I like the look of it. But see, it's just a mess. Like, some camps gonna say, it says garment, so you go back to the ancient garments. Like, see, the whole thing is you want to be like Yahushua. So some camps gonna say Yahushua didn't wear t-shirts with garments on it. He wear the actual garment. With fringes, he wear the actual garment with fringes on. But at the same time, some brothers wear them, and then you got the argument. Well, I really don't have a problem with it. Some brothers wear it don't matter, they got fringes on. And then you got some brothers say you gotta wear your fringes every day. But the Bible, we just read it don't say that you gotta wear it every single day, everywhere you go. It just says wear fringes on your garment. So some brothers only wear them on the weekend or when they doing a sit down. Some brothers wear them every day, everywhere they go, they got fringes. I seen when I was working at this trucking job, I seen a brother from IUIC. He was on the job site with a purple IUIC shirt on with fringes on. But you want to know the great thing about it? Is I was able to identify he was in the truth based off that. So that was actually a good thing. Yeah. I seen a brother not too long ago that was waking up to the truth, just getting in, and he was following IUIC. He had his garment on, he had his shirt on with fringes on. You see what I'm saying? So me, I got shirts with fringes on them. I got shirts with fringes on them, and I got garments on with fringes on them. If you ask me, I can't condemn another brother, but if you ask me like which one I like better, I'm gonna say I like the garments with fringes on them, because that's what Yahushua wear. He wear actual garments with fringes. But guess what? The Bible do not say. See, and this is the key thing. The Bible does not say that you can't wear a t-shirt with fringes on it.
Yeah.
So where there's no law, there's no sin. So if he's wearing a t-shirt with fringes on it, I ain't got nothing to say with it. I shut my mouth, because it don't say that he can't do that either.
As long as it's in the as long as it's in line with the linen that it just spoke about in this book too, then hey.
Because, and then at the same time, like, see me, I'm a garment guy with fringes. Let's get that clear. But I still respect the other side. See, that's what you got to do, because it's about the law. It's not about your feelings. And I know it's not about my feelings. But at the same time, the Bible does not say how long the garment has to be.
Yeah.
So I can't condemn the Bible. Don't say that it has to be 2 foot, 3 foot. It has to be 8 foot, 6 foot, or 7. It don't say how long your garment has to be. And we going over a law that just told us that you got to make a wall on your house, a battlement on your house. So if the Lord wanted us to have our garments at a certain length, it would say that it has to be this many cubits long. It would say it. Don't say it.
I'm a garment guy too, but like when I'm out here during camp, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't rather put on a Friends shirt to come to camp with. But now if I'm just doing something, you know what I'm saying, and I got Friends t-shirts and it matches with the rest of my, I will wear that.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I'm saying? I will wear that, and I wouldn't, I mean, it's some camps that I look down on that. Some people that I look down on that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's because they add into the word, man.
Yeah,
they want to add shit, because if you want to get, and then on the other side, the Bible doesn't say, hey, you got to wear fringes when you're in the shower. You gotta, when you pop your wife, you still gotta have the fringe. Y'all might be naked, but y'all gotta have a ribbon and fringes on while y'all naked. You can never take the fringe off your body. It don't say that. You guys gotta stop adding to the word, man. Just take the law for what it says. It says we gotta put fringes on our garments. Do we got garments with fringes on it? If the answer is yes, we're in good standings when it comes to that, man. Stop adding, well, you gotta wear it everywhere you go. It don't say that in the Bible. It don't say that we have to wear fringes everywhere at every second of our life, and on the job site we gotta wear fringes everywhere we go. Just imagine being on a job site and you doing construction, let's just say on the highways and byways, but you putting in a new bridge, right? And you hanging 60 feet in the fucking air on a bridge that's the size of a sidewalk, and you got a garment on with fringes on it, man. Risking your life, man. Cause your garment can get trapped in something that could be the end of you. Just that, come on, bro. Y'all gotta get serious, man. The Lord was a carpenter, man. Imagine trying to do wood. Some of you dudes never did construction. I did construction. I was around construction work. I seen every side of construction for years, bro. So imagine trying to do carpenter work, man. You got wood, you got to pick up wood, and you got a garment on this long with fringes on.
Man.
You looking for a death sentence?
Yeah,
man.
you can step on it.
Yeah,
and you
trip.
on the roof, and now
you around nails, you around tools, you around saws. So imagine your shirt get caught up into a saw or something like that, and it pull you in and cut your arm off, or your arm like this, but since you got a garment in the way, you don't see it, and your arm get cut off. Come on, man, you take your garment off, you do your carpenter work, right, and then you put your garment back. Come on, and don't say you gotta wear your garment every 100%. You gotta stop adding to the word, man. And if a brother got a fringe t-shirt on, it don't say that your garment has to be a certain length in the Bible, man. So stop adding to the shit, both sides. Oh, I'm sorry, cuz I just
You good shit. I mean, these topics, they help go into it. Break it down. Sometimes people don't just get the understanding of it just from like reading the surface level.
Yeah.
You gotta get a little deeper.
You see what I'm saying though? Like how they add stipulations to the shit to control.
Yeah, that's that, and that goes back into man worship. See, I'm not honoring shit like that. Don't come to me. Like if I'm in your camp, bro, and you see me wearing a fringe t-shirt outside of camp, and you try to tell me to take that off, I'm no longer in your camp. I'm no longer in it. All right, I'm out, bro. I'm out. Y'all doing too much. We ain't gotta do all that.
Cause me, honestly, I'm gonna tell you, man. Like I don't see what's so great about these. They man, just like we, man. They don't know if they the elect, just like we don't know if we the elect. Yeah. What's so like you guys that be like worshiping these guys? What's the point? Like, what's so great about these guys that you got a man to worship? They just, man. You know, that's the groupie shit, man. That's the high school shit, man. Whoever the baddest guy on the football team, everybody want to circle around. I've never been that way. Cuz has never been that way either. We ain't never been that type of way, bro. We follow the Lord. We worship the Lord.
And that goes to show you how this literally, like, whether we beat up the elect or not, Lord willing, we do. But it goes to show you, like when you think back way further in the past, and you can kind of tell that now you was actually leading up to what we doing now by like how we used to be as far as like our attitude or, you know, certain things that we was cool with and wasn't cool with. You know what I'm saying? It goes to show you like we was always walking that walk to lead us here. You know what I'm saying? Just by, yeah, I mean, I feel that way. You know what I mean?
Facts. Yeah, facts.
For real though.
For real. I just don't see like these dudes, they just gotta be in the camp. You just gotta be known by this elder or that elder. You just got to. Like, man, come on, that shit ain't that important, bro. He not putting food on your table. Your leader of your camp, he ain't putting food on your table, bro. He ain't dealing with your wife when you gotta deal with her crazy shit. You gotta do all that shit on your own, man.
Yeah.
He ain't put money in your pockets and shit.
I seen a brother say this on online, which made so much sense. It was like, man, y'all study man worshiping these leaders of these camps and yeah, just pretty much man worshiping them. But when shit hit the fan, and he used Apostle Tahar, Aramlab, and Gabar, he was like, those are gonna be the only three brothers that's gonna, like when shit hit the fan, they not gonna be reaching for all the rest of you niggas. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be them three. They gonna go to whatever they got planned. Them three, they gonna leave. They gonna go, and all y'all gonna be left to fend for y'all.
You on your fucking own, man. You dudes, you Hebrew Israelites in St. Louis camp. Guess what? They all the way in New York. What's that? 2,000, 2,500 miles away. 2,000, some shit like that.
No, it might not be that far. What,
16,
St. Louis
18, 2,000?
Yeah, close to that. Probably like, I know it's in the thousands though. I want to
It's
say
definitely like,
yeah,
it could be like 13.
some shit like that, depending on what part they in. Yeah, if it's New York City,
I said 1,000. No, yeah, like 1,300. I'm tripping.
Yeah,
13,
like
1,800, somewhere between 13, 1,800. But let's just say 1,500. Fuck it. You know, guess what? When all hell break loose, you don't have communication on the phone or on your Twitter keyboard. You know, because a lot of y'all just really internet warriors, anyways. You guys not going to be able to get on the internet and get the typing away. You're not going to be get on phone. Guess what? You left on your own, man. You're left on your own. Them three, they gonna worry about each other. Them four or whoever, they gonna worry about their selves. They gonna pray for you. They gonna get up out of there wherever the Lord got planned for them. You left on your own, man. So what's the? I never got that. Yeah. Like we would have probably joined the camp, but it don't make no sense for us to join no camp. We're here in Springfield. If IUIC was here, would we do some works with them? Possibly. But we here in Springfield, they not here. So what's the point of joining that camp? Just to say, oh, we're IUIC members. Or just to say, we're GMS members. We here in Springfield, bro. We just doing the work of the Lord. That's it. What's up, my brother? Shalom. Shalom. What's your name? You look familiar.
My name's Andre.
Andre? Oh, okay.
Andre or Andre?
Andre. Okay.
Yeah. I was gonna try to ask y'all some questions.
You look kind of familiar, man. You grew up here in Springfield?
I've been down here for 6 years.
Oh, don't you look familiar, kind of?
Yeah, a little bit.
What school?
How old are you?
I'm 22.
Oh, okay. I'm Kadash.
I went to Springfield High and everything.
Yeah, well, I graduated from Springfield, but probably I graduated in 2012.
Okay.
You probably wasn't even there yet when I graduated.
Okay.
What's up, man? What's going on?
No, I was just trying to see what y'all was preaching about.
What we preaching about? So can you get let's go into Isaiah 61, the good gospel. We gonna give you the good gospel straight from the Bible. So, but
yes, sir.
the pretty much the fullness of it is, you know, the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. We make up the 12 tribes of Israel. But of course, you know, you got Dominicans, Haitians. We just sum it up as Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. You know, there's clues. So the way that we do it is like, there's clues that add up to the full picture.
Right.
So if you got a puzzle, right? You got little pieces of the puzzle, you put it together, and then you get the full picture.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So we're not saying any of this is 100% evidence. We're putting pieces together that says this leads to the full picture.
Right.
So you can see through like history, which the Bible is our history book.
Yes, sir.
You can see through like the curses.
Yep.
The curses was on the Israelites.
Yep.
So we know who match up to those curses more than anybody else in the world.
Yes, sir.
We know that it's us. You see what I'm saying? So this is little key things that add up to the full picture. You see what I'm saying? Our position that we in, there's artifacts and stuff like that. Hebrew, you know, you see a lot of these in this culture and things that like for example the Aztecs, they wear fringes. Now we not saying just because they wear fringes they Israelites. We just saying that's just one piece of the puzzle that comes together for the full picture.
Right.
They spoke Hebrew. The names that we had as slaves before we took the names of our slave masters, which was Hebrew names, the language that we was using. Our ancestors that were slaves, the songs they was singing, Come by Yah, which is short for our Lord's name, Yahweh. Yeah. The Father named Yahweh, the Son named Yahweh Shai. Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. Okay. That was a slave song. What were they talking about? Chariot means vehicle. Right. So why are they calling out and screaming out and praying out and crying out while they in slave fields for a vehicle to swing low from the heavens, pick them up, slaves, and take them back to Israel over the River Jordan? Why are they saying that? You see, and that's like a song that you could go on Google and look up, and you can hear our ancestors, the actual slaves, their voice singing these songs.
Oh, wow.
You see what I'm saying? So why are these black slaves singing these songs? What connection do they have to the Israelites? So it's just, you know, a puzzle piece to the full thing with Nat Turner. You know, they send Nat Turner out to read the Bible to control the slaves. Right. Because beyond, people don't really know this, they use the Bible against us. Not that the Bible is bad, it's that they went in the Bible and pick and choose to use it against us.
See, that's what I was going to try to get into. I was going to ask you guys what y'all think about Christianity.
Christianity is false, but we will be the real Christians. Right. Christians just mean to follow Christ. Okay. You see what I'm saying? But his mother, his father spoke Hebrew. They gave him a Hebrew name. Right. So they just using the term to say they're Christians, but they don't really follow him. They eat pork. Did he eat pork? No. He wear garments. Do the Christian church wear garments with fringes on it? No. You You see what I'm saying? Do they use the Hebrew? No, you know. So they not really following, even though they saying they is.
Right.
So, but when you get into the Bible, see, the thing is, people could take the Bible and make up things in the Bible. We go off as the Bible says, which is what we're about to go into. That's the difference. You see what I'm saying? So with Nat Turner, they wanted to use him to use the Bible to control the slaves because they knew he had that connection with the Lord's words. So a lot of our people hate the Bible because they say they used it against us. They only used it against us because they already knew he had a connection with it.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? So, but when Nat Turner started reading the Bible, he realized the truth of the Bible.
Right.
And then you know the story from there, what Nat Turner started doing after he realized, wait, hold up, these people are the devils? Right. So what he found out is, wait, the Bible actually condemns them in what they're doing to us. And then he took matters in his own hands. You see what I'm saying? We can't take matters in our own hands. We don't have fighter jets. We don't have nuclear weapons. We don't have the manpower. We ain't even together, organized together, which that's our job out here, is to organize our people together to follow the Lord, to even fight. But guess what? Our Lord has that technology to fight against them. So back to the slaves when they were singing swing low, sweet chariot. What is a chariot? A chariot means a vehicle, a wheeled vehicle. So even when you go to Ezekiel 1, it talks about the wheel inside a wheel. You see what I'm saying? So people think we crazy when we talk about UFOs, but it's in the Bible.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's the technology that we got. Whoever, when two sides go to war, whoever got the best technology will win. See, so we can't fight against it, but that's why it's so important for us to come back with our Lord, because our Lord has the technology to win. So anytime they come up against a UFO, what they say, we can't keep up with it. It's more technology, you know the word, more advanced. It's more advanced than us. So that's where our power lays at. We got to come back with our Lord.
Hey, I wanted to say this one thing too. When you spoke on Christianity, we don't identify with religion. So
Right.
we are Hebrew Israelites, and we recognize that that's our heritage. We call ourselves Israelites. We just taken away from calling ourselves Black or African American, things like that. So, but it has nothing to do with religion at all.
It's really just all this book is a history of our people.
That look like a fine book. I ain't gonna lie. That like a fine Bible right there.
Yeah, I just got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just because my daughter ripped up some pages out of my other one, so I had to get a new one.
So it's really the documentation and the history of our people and our way of life, which the Lord gave to us, which we about to go into.
Okay, this is Isaiah 61. The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prisons to them that are bound.
Yep. So if you look at any prison here in America, which is Mystery Babylon in the Bible, we make up 80. If you throw the Latinos in there, the blacks and the Latinos, we make up 80%, roughly 80% of the prisons. So this one down here, the county building, if they tallied it up, we gonna make up 80%.
I was there, right? I ain't even gonna sugarcoat it. I was in the county building for a little period of time, and the pod that I was on, it was I think it was 2-man cells. There was 25. It was 50 of us on that pod, and if I'm not mistaken, there was like 10 white dudes on there. All the rest of them was black or Hispanic.
And really, any city
and that was
you go
just that
into,
pod.
any city you go into is going to be that same ratio.
Yeah.
So we the people that's bound, and really we bound here in America. Right? You got a social security number. You got to get permission to do. If you want to drive a car, you got to get a license. That's permission. You got to get the same people that put us in slavery is the same people that's on your dollar. Everything that you use that dollar for, to buy food, electricity, water, they faces on that dollar. You see what I'm saying? You want to drive a truck, you got to get a license. You got to get permission for it. You want to go outside the country and travel freely, you got to get a passport. You got to get permission for it. So that's being in prison. Our people say that they free today. How are we free? Well, we got to get permission to do anything that we want to do from the same people that took us in slavery.
That's right.
Verse 2. To proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord and the day of vengeance of our God, to comfort all that mourn.
So that's what we out here doing. We proclaim that our Lord is coming back to get vengeance. Vengeance on the people for doing what they did to us, touching the apple of his eye.
Verse 3. To appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for the ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they may be called trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he might be glorified.
Right, so right now we got ashes, we poor, we at the bottom. If you look at the wage gap, the average black family makes $19,000. The average white family makes $190,000, 10 times more. So we at the bottom, we lost everything. Our name isn't great. When people talk about black people, they don't talk about us in a great way as kings and stuff over the earth. So it said we gonna get joy. We gonna get the opposite. Right now we the tail, but we gonna be the head when the Lord comes back. That's what he's coming back.
Verse 4. And they shall build the old waste, they shall raise up the former desolations, and they shall repair the waste cities, the desolations of many generations.
Right, so our generation's been desolated, so that's going to be repaired. But then when the Lord comes back, it's judgment day. So a lot of stuff is going to be destroyed. The land, the people that's over there claiming to be us, that land's going to be destroyed. This land's going to be destroyed. So when we go back to the land, it's going to have to be rebuilt because the Lord's going to destroy them out of it. And he's going to bring the true Israelites in the kingdom, and then we're going to be a nation of kings and priests.
And the strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of the aliens shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers.
Then we have to feed their flocks.
Yep.
So that's only righteous judgment. The Lord said they're going to have to drink from the same cup we had to drink from. We had to feed their flocks. We had to do, we built this place. It was really built on the back of our ancestors. Wall Street was started off, the first trade on Wall Street was slaves. So that started Wall Street. Slaves, or we started Wall Street as the first item on Wall Street. You see what I'm saying? They took the land from our brothers, the Native Americans. They took the land from our brothers, the Aztecs, which are Mexicans. They had us build all the buildings, the land. They took all our inventions, like the stoplight. That's really came from us. But the slave masters, what they would do is they would get the technology from their slaves. You know, we slaves at this time, so we had to come up with different things to help us do our jobs easier. They would take those inventions and then they would take credit.
Wow.
But in reality, they got it from their slaves. Nikola Tesla, the technology and stuff, he got that from his slaves, man, the people under him. But he put his name on it and say he came up with it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So we really built all this.
I just want to touch on this little precept because it's a reason why we went through all of that. Right? We went through all of that because of our disobedience. You heard about that?
Yeah.
Us being disobedient to the Lord.
Yep.
Okay, so you know about Deuteronomy 28.
Yeah, Exodus and everything. Yeah.
Okay, so this Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So what we was going through, being the first item on Wall Street, it was because we were disobedient to the Lord. We didn't follow his law, statutes, and commandments. What we going through right now still today is because generationally we still been going off breaking the law, statutes, and commandments and not following the God's laws.
That's why we out here, is to wake our people up, and teach our people the law. The law ain't a bad thing. The law is a good thing.
It's really not. It's not.
Don't commit adultery with his wife. That's a good thing. I shouldn't be trying to sleep with your wife. You're gonna want to kill me.
Right.
Don't kill thy brother. Don't steal from thy brother. So our people hate these laws so bad, man. That's why we still here. But then they follow the laws of the white man. But then they say, well, what man wrote that book? Did you see the man? Because, you know, the titles have the name of the man that was writing it. Yeah. But did you see them write it? Did you see the guy that wrote into law? Did you have to stop at a red light?
Did we see George Washington back then?
Did you see them write their amendments and the Constitution?
And all
but
that.
you still follow that, though. So why not follow? You see? So that's our point, you know? And we just out here really to teach our people. But everybody not going to make it. That's why you have something called an election. The elect. The Lord said when he come back, if the Lord we had to get all our people righteous, we'd be here forever. But the Lord said he gonna come back and get his elect. He gonna rebuild the kingdom through the elect. You know, so that's what we want to do.
Verse 6, it says, but ye shall be named the priest of the Lord. Men shall call you the ministers of our God. Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, and in their glory shall ye boast yourselves.
Right. So right now, people look at, which they're Edomites. They look at the Edomites as playing this position. We on YouTube, but you know, the guys that wear the little small hats on top of their head that live in the land, they look at them as the way to the Lord. But in the kingdom, they're going to look at us as the way to the Lord. We're going to get our position, because that's really our natural position. We're going to get it back.
I got a precept on that.
Go ahead, y'all. I ain't gonna take up so many of y'all times. I gotta get going a little bit.
Man, you should come back down. We be down here every Sunday at 11 a.m.
Every Sunday, because it's my first time running to some Israel. I'm like, okay,
Every Sunday.
I see Christians and other people posted up out here, but I never see y'all come out here. I really see y'all on YouTube and other countries and stuff.
Man, it's way deeper. We can go forever, man. But if you ain't got the time, man, just come down 11 a.m.
I got one
Sunday.
more question. Do y'all think, I know God said everybody's loving, everybody can be saved, but do you think we in this time that everybody can be saved?
No, because the Lord never said everybody. If I got a classroom and I say anybody that get their homework done could go early, am I talking to the whole school?
No.
I'm talking to my classroom, even though I use the word anybody, right?
Right.
So it's subjective. You got to get the context. The Lord, yeah.
Go ahead.
Hey, yeah.
Go
You
ahead.
still got time?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Where we at?
Salvation is for the Israelites. You know, that's who he's talking to.
I'm gonna
That's who
read
the
them off
Bible's
to you,
for.
and he gonna break them down to you to get a better understanding. Because
Cool.
people like to use these scriptures like John 3:16
That
and say
for
that
God
it's talking
so
about every say
for
that it's
God
talking
so
about-
loved the world that He made,
Yeah.
He created everybody. Well,
right.
Yeah, you got one. Get one. We'll get through.
John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life.
So now you finna go to Isaiah 45?
Yeah, or I was gonna go to Hebrews 1:1.
Go ahead. So when you look at a world, isn't there such thing as the basketball world? Isn't there such thing as the
Exactly.
golfing world? Isn't there such thing as Disney World? Right? So just because you say world don't mean Earth. You have different worlds. So what world is it? We about to go into that.
see, I like that. I like that.
Exactly. It's just the truth. You know, you gotta, when you're dealing with the Bible, you gotta be a scholar. You can't be surface level. A lot of Christians, Catholics, they very
They just
surface
read through the
level.
words and not.
They don't dig deeper. They
Yeah.
don't even go into the meaning of it. You gotta know the meaning of words, right? You gotta understand it's a translation. The meaning of the words is different. You gotta,
Yeah, this is Hebrews 1 and verse 2. It say, well, I'm gonna start at verse 1. God, who at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in the times past unto the fathers by the prophets, hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the worlds, plural, with an S, worlds. So in John 3:16, when it says God created the world, that he gave his only begotten Son, it's talking about one of the worlds that he
which world, right?
Yeah.
And I got the answer right here. This is Isaiah 45, verse 17. It says, but, hey, can you get that, John 4:22? It says, but Israel shall be saved in the Lord. It says, Israel shall be saved
That's
in the
us.
Lord, right? That's us. With an everlasting salvation, ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. What world is he talking about? He's talking about the world of Israel.
Yeah, John 4:22 it say, ye worship, ye know not what. Ye know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews.
Salvation is for who?
The Jews.
Why didn't it just say salvation is for everybody?
Everybody.
Or the Edomites, or Ishmaelites, or Moabites, or Hamites. It says salvation is for the Jews. So when you get to even more like prophecy, so like this is what I like to do, right? I like to go into prophecy because prophecy won't tell you who got salvation. We ain't got to guess no more, right? This is a prophecy right here that's yet to happen. This is Isaiah 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. He gonna choose the whole world. So he gonna choose Israel. It says, and set them in their own land. So now he's not only choosing them, he's separating them from other people.
Right.
He's setting them in their own land. It says, but the strangers, watch this, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. But watch this. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place in the house of Israel.
Did it? Damn.
But let me finish it because the word more important. So it says, and Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. So when they built their kingdom here, we was here with them. We was the servants and we was the slaves. So they gonna be the servants and the slaves when we built our kingdom. They ain't gonna be
Amen.
saved with us. It says, and shall take captives who captives they wore. Well, we know who took us in captivity.
Right.
Whoever took us in captivity, if we the Israelites, that means we're going to take them into captivity.
Right.
That's what the Bible says. It says, and they should rule over their oppressors. We know who oppressed us. So whoever oppressed us, it says we should rule over them. So they going to be there, but they ain't going to be saved from the destruction. They ain't going to be saved from captivity. We going to be saved from captivity. And that's just what it is.
they're not gonna reap the benefits, just like we don't reap the benefits of society today, or like the ancient slaves. They didn't reap the benefits. They was on the bottom end of the totem pole, and all the laws and stuff was created for everybody else that sojourned in this country except them. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they're gonna have to follow the law, but
Because think about it, we had to follow their laws.
true.
So just because they follow our king, our Lord, our Savior, don't mean that they got salvation. We had to follow George Washington. Now that was their king. We had to follow Abraham Lincoln. So just because you get precepts in the Bible that says they're going to have to worship and follow, don't mean that they're going to be saved. The whole world's going to have to worship the king, but there's a difference. The Israelites are going to be in our kingdom or paradise. They're going to be in captivity. Let me give you this last one, right? Because this breaks it down. When we talking about the kingdom, who's going to be saved? Because the point of being saved is not just being dumped on the water. The point is you're going to be saved. Salvation means you're being saved from the destruction. The second death that's going to come by fire and brimstone when the Lord comes back, you're going to be saved from it. Just like in Exodus, during the time of Moses, they were saved, right? They were saved from Egypt. So salvation is a literal thing, a physical thing. Just like the first death during the time of Noah. Noah was saved, right?
Yeah.
Because he was physically saved. He was put on a boat, on an ark. So he was actually saved from the water that killed everybody else.
That's right.
So this time the Lord promised the real symbol behind the rainbow is it's a symbol that the Lord would never flood the earth again.
Okay.
It's a promise, a covenant that the Lord made with the earth that he would never flood it. That's what the rainbow stands for. But this time the Lord said, I'm not going to flood it again. This time I'm going to come with fire. I'm going to burn it. But when you be saved, you're getting saved from that fire. That's what salvation is. And what are you getting saved for? You're getting saved to inherit the kingdom.
That's right.
So let's see who inherits the kingdom. This is Revelations 21, verse 12. This is explaining the kingdom, how it's going to look and everything. It says, and had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates. So there's 12 gates to enter this kingdom, right? Why is it not just one gate for anybody, any person? It's 12 gates, right? Now watch this. And at the gates, 12 angels. So why are there 12 angels at each one of the gates? Because they guarding the gates to make sure the right people go through them, right? It says, and the names written thereof, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Why does the kingdom have 12 gates with the 12 tribes of Israel, with 12 angels guarding the gates? If anybody could be saved. It should just have, there should be
One
a gate
gate
for Esau. There should be a gate for Ishmael. There should be a gate for Moab and Ammon. There should be a gate for Hamites. There ain't no gate for none of those nations. When the Israelites were saved out of Egypt, the Egyptians weren't saved. They were destroyed.
Sure
The Israelites were saved, and it was a mixed multitude that came out and they were burned up. So only the Israelites were saved. So that's how it breaks down. When you go through the Bible, always deal off prophecy. Prophecy will answer all your questions. So any other question?
No, man, that's all I got, man.
Good?
Hey, I loved it. Good.
Appreciate
Hey, thank you for breaking it down.
You got a Bible?
Yes, I got it. See, God is so good. My back window got busted out, and when it started to rain, it got in my trunk and everything, so it got all wet, but I can still see the words and understand it, so it's not messed up or anything. So God made sure I the Bible.
And you got a phone too. Your phone got the Bible on it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure do. I got the app right on here.
Yep. Sunday at 11. Come
Sunday
back
at
down.
11?
Yep. Come back down. Okay. We cool. It's still filming, but you definitely see the cracks in it.
You do?
Yeah. Yep. It's a little bit blurry, so we gonna rush through that chapter. And then shit. You still got yours?
What?
Your notebook?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me.
Yeah, you can, because you might be able to get it to figure out how it works.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
I don't know how it works, but it might be able to use that stand too.
Yeah. That one done. I need to get it. I'm not mad at it. That wind blowing crazy today. Look, it blew over that thing, so it's definitely blowing. But I didn't have this GoPro for years and it didn't put in work for years, so I just put me a newer version anyways. Hey, but ain't no stopping the word though. The brother got to hear the word, you know, that was broken down beautiful.
Okay, this is back in Deuteronomy 22, verse 13. If any man take a wife and go in unto her and hate her, and give hateful speech against her, and bring up an evil name upon her, and say, I took this woman, and then I came to her, I found her not a maid. Then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take her and bring forth.
Great. I'm gonna have to hold it. A lot of brothers be having somebody behind the camera for that reason. Yeah, that's cool. You got it.
Yeah. It say, then shall the father of the damsel and of her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel virginity unto the elders of the city in the gate.
Right. So if he take a wife and she's not a young maiden, and really it's like adultery. If she already been popped and stuff like that. Here, let me get my camera together. You can keep going, cuz I'm trying to work it. It's a way to handle it.
And the damsel's father shall say unto the elder, I gave my daughter unto this man, and he hated her. And lo, he hath given occasions of speech against her. I found not thy daughter a maid, and yet these are the tokens of my daughter's virginity, and they shall spread the cloth before the elders of the city. So it's like when, say for instance, right, my daughter get married, right? She's old enough to get married. She get married, and her husband finds some type of fault with her, and he bring her back to me and give me those faults of the reason why he no longer want her as a wife, pretty much. And then, but he done already popped her, so she necessarily married.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He done already popped her. So just like the brother was saying, it's like adultery. But the thing is, he can give her back. He can give her back if he hate her. Right? You know what I mean?
But watch this. Keep going. It's gonna show you how to handle it.
Verse 18, and the elders of that city shall take the man and chastise him, and they shall immerse him in 100 shekels of silver, and give them unto the father of the damsel, because he hath brought up an evil name upon a virgin of Israel.
Yep.
And she shall be his wife, he may not put her away all his days. Okay, so I was wrong. So he can't give her up, and that's what the punishment was going into.
But that's only if he was wrong on it.
Right.
You know, if he wrong, it's just showing you how to handle things. If he wrong, then if you put a bad name, oh she's a S word, she's a whore, all this and that, but you was wrong, because you get a lot of simp dudes. We don't really be having that problem like that, because we don't really move like that anyways. But you get a lot of simp dudes that do move like that, so it's just a way to handle it. If he found wrong and he lied on her and she wasn't really, then boom, that's how it happens. But if she turned out to be a adulteress for real, then she gonna be put to death anyway. So it's showing you the law is fair. It's both ways. It's both sides. Yeah. So there's actually laws that you got to deal with where you ain't gonna be able to put away this woman for your whole life. You gonna have to have her as a wife for your whole life on certain things.
Verse 20. But if this thing be true, and the tokens of her virginity be not found for the damsel, then they shall bring up the damsel to the door of her father's house, and the men of her city shall stone her with stones that she die.
See, so it's just giving you both sides. If you wrong, you put a bad name out there on her, and you wrong, then this is gonna happen, and you got to keep her to be a wife. If you right, then she gonna be put to death. It's just that simple.
Because she hath wrought folly in Israel, to play the whore in her father's house, so shalt thou put evil away from among them.
Right, because you get a lot of women that, just like when we go to a bar or something, we ask a woman, you single? She lying. Yeah. She say she is single because she like you. Because a lot of brothers ask that, what if I don't know? What if I ask her if she's single and she lies and tell me? Then that's the law right there. Yeah. Or she already been popped by another dude and she lying to you, talking about she's single, then she supposed to be put to death. So now you brothers know, if you ask a question like, what if I ask her and then she say she's single and I take her to be a wife, but the whole time she was messing with old dude and she lied to me, is that on me? Is that still adultery on me? No. that's on her. She's supposed to be put to death because she's at the fault of the adultery. She lied to you. You didn't know. You just found out. You see what I'm saying? So now you know how to handle it. But if you be wrong and you just blame it, because we don't never really have that problem because we don't move like that. But you got a lot of simp dudes though that'll just be with their girl, you know, especially the Edomites get down like that. She ain't did nothing. And he just, man, you whore, you this, you harlot, you that. And just to make her feel guilty because he lacks some confidence about himself or some self-esteem. He just keeps saying that about her, that boom, he can never, and it gets found out that he can never put her away because now you found out, bro, your word ain't really credible when it comes to this girl. So you can't put her away no more, bro. We don't want to hear it. But if it is that she lied, then she's supposed to be put to death anyways. That's adultery.
Fine. Verse 22. If a man be found lying with a woman married to a husband, then they shall both of them die.
Because that's adultery. So?
Both the man that lay with the woman and the woman, so shalt thou put away evil from among Israel.
And not just the woman being put to death, the man gets put to death too. Both parties get put to death. Because a lot of these dudes, you know, we done seen accounts where they'll go and put their wife to death because they seen her sleeping with another man, but they supposed to put the man to death too. Both. Or they just put the man to death like that dude Trouble in ATL that got killed. He just put the man to death, but he didn't put the woman to death.
Verse 23. If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto a husband, and a man find her in the city and lie with her, then he shall bring them both out of the gate of that city, and ye shall stone them with stones, and they die. The damsel, because she cried not, being in the city, and the man, because he hath humbled his neighbor's wife, so thou shalt put away evil from among them.
Woo! So if Ox say, I betrothed her, he ain't even popped her yet. You go pop her, that's adultery. You get put to death.
And both of them should die.
Yeah, both of them get put to death.
She know that he like her, but she chose you.
Yep. So she can't even say, hey, but I like you. We ain't had sex yet though, but I like you more. You still getting put to death, sweetheart. I already betrothed you. Which shows you that it ain't even her choice. It ain't even her choice. And it shows you that just in the law, man. And if she don't cry, because if she cried, that means she got raped. So if she get raped, then that ain't on her because she got forced. The man just get put to death. But if she cry now and she liking it and she enjoying it, then she get put to death. So that's why you see a lot of, during slavery time, the Edomite women, they'd be dealing with Jake, but then they'd fake cry like they got raped when they got caught, and then they'd just put the Jake to death.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Verse 25. But if I just read that. Verse 26. But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. For as when a man riseth against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this matter. For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her.
Right. So he raped her. You know. So now that's not on her. Keep going.
If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he hath humbled her, and he may not put her away all his days.
Right, because like some of these dudes, you know, his wife would get took. Right, and it wasn't her fault, but he'll still be trying to put her. That's a dog. No, there's a law on that. You see what I'm saying? There's a law on that. You can't, bro. She got took. It was not she do. She was powerless. But some dudes be like, man, I don't even want to look at her the same. Cause yeah, I know it wasn't her fault, but dude did what he did with her. I want her put to death. Nope, you still gotta keep her to be a wife.
Yeah, and that's part of playing the husband role. Now you gotta come and you gotta console her. You gotta, you know what I mean? And you gotta be a better protector.
Yeah, some guys don't really have that problem. Some guys do, so it's important to still be in the law. But now, if a man sees a woman, she's not betrothed and she's not married, she's not with a man, he takes her, the grape law, it's just telling you, no, we ain't saying that this is gonna happen. So this gonna be happening all the time. It's just saying if it does happen, this is how you handle it. He gotta take her to be a wife. He not put to death, and he still get to take her to be a wife. But now he can never get rid of her, and she has to be his wife for the rest of his life.
Verse 30. A man shall not take his father's wife nor discover his father's skirt.
Because that's adultery anyways. So you can't pop your mom or one of his other wives. we're going to end it there. We're going to give our praises too.
Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakakadash. Shalom.